Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Hello everyone. Welcome back to the another tutorial. So in this tutorial we will cover the MCQs of control system. So the first MCQs is in a control system an integrator is represented by S square 1 by S square 1 divided by S. So the correct option will be 1 divided by S. Actually in control system the integrator that is represented by 1 divided by S. And integrator is the inverse of differentiator. Okay, so the differentiator that will be represented by S, and S will be equal to d divided by dx or dt. Okay, so the correct option will be option D. Okay, next MCQs is for a lead compensator, the pole lies on left hand side before zero, on origin on left hand side, on right hand side. So actually we have two types of compensator. The first one is the lead compensator, and the second one is the lag compensator. Okay, so for lead compensator, your zero should be less than pole, while for lag compensator, your zero should be greater than pole. Why we are taking this actually, and how you will remember this? So I am going to explain this, and why it is called lead and lag compensator. So I am going to explain it. Actually, the transfer function is like your that will be in the ratio of like S plus Z divided by S plus pole. The numerator is known as the zero. The denominator is known as the pole. So you can write it like j omega plus Z divided by j omega plus P. So that will be equal to the angle of j omega plus Z minus the angle of j omega plus pole. So let's say this portion, this is known as, I represent this by this symbol and I represent this by phi. If your Z is less than P, then your psi will be minus phi will be greater than 0. Okay, if 0 is less than P, then this will be greater than 0. And you can say that your phase, you can call it phase lead. Or if your Z is greater than P, then minus phi will be less than 0, and you can call it phase lag. So when will this happen? So let's draw it. Actually, for lead compensator, your pole will exist over here and 0 will exist over here. While for lag compensator, here you will get 0 and here you will get pole. Okay, so for lag compensator, your 0 should be greater than pole. For lead compensator, your 0 should be less than pole. So this will be greater than 0. So when will that will be greater than 0? So actually, if you draw the curve, so for 0, your graph will be like this. For pole, it will be like this. So this angle is your phi, and this angle is your psi. Okay, so this will be psi minus pi will be greater than 0. Okay, as you see, this angle is greater than this angle, so it will be greater than 0, or 0 is less than pole. Then this you can call it a phase lead or lead compensator. And for if 0 is, if it is like this, your 0 is greater than pole, like here you have pole and here you have 0, then the curve will be this is phi, and this angle is psi. Okay, so this your psi minus, which is less than phi angle, so this will be less than 0, or you can call it is phase lead, phase lag. So the correct option will be option A on left hand side before 0. On left hand side before 0. Pole must exist on left hand side before 0. So option A will be the correct option. Okay, next MCQ is the phase of lead compensator of the system GS is equal to S plus A divided by S plus B is at its maximum at AB square root AB square root A divided by B, A divided by B. So the correct option is option B, square root AB. Okay, next MCQ is number of roots in left hand side of S plane if characteristic equation is S cube minus 4S square plus S plus 6 is equal to 0. 1, 2, 3, and 0 option is given to us. So the characteristic equation is given to us, that is S cube minus 4S square plus S plus 6. Okay, so let's try the if S is equal to minus 1, then this will be equal to minus 1 minus 1 square, that will be 4. So this will be minus 4 plus S plus 6, that's equal to 0. So as it satisfies this equation, this will be minus 1. So this will be 4, 5, 6. So minus 6 plus 6 is equal to 0. 0 is equal to 0. Yes. So S is equal to minus 1 satisfy this equation. So you can write like S plus 1 into unknown. So we need to find this unknown. So what I will do, I will divide this by this, so I will get the unknown. So let's divide it. This will be S cube minus 4S square plus S plus 6. So if I multiply it by S square, so it will be S cube plus S square. So this will be plus minus, this will be minus, so this will be cut out, minus minus, so this will be minus 5 S square plus S plus 6. So if I multiply it by minus 5 S, so I will get minus 5 S square minus 5 S. So this will be plus, this will be plus, so this will be cut out, so this will be 6 S plus 6. So if I multiply it by 6, so I will get 6x S plus 6. So that will be S plus 1 into S square minus 5S plus 6. So I can write it like S plus 1, that will be equal to S minus 2 into S minus 3. So this will, if you multiply this, so you will get this. So that's equal to 0. So your roots will be like S will be equal to minus 1 plus 2 plus 3. So these roots lies on the right hand side of the S plane, and this root, only one root will lie on the left hand side of the S plane. So the correct option will be option A, 1. Okay, next MCQ is the value of gain margin of the system having GSHS is equal to 8 divided by S plus 2 whole cube is. So actually the gain margin, your gain margin is equal to 1 divided by system magnitude, okay, like this. So we need to find the magnitude, okay. So for this we will need magnitude, and for magnitude I will need phase. Okay, so first find the magnitude, okay. So as we know that the magnitude of G into H, that will be equal to 8 divided by S plus 2. So instead of S, I can write the like J omega plus 2 whole cube. So magnitude G into H, that will be equal to A divided by, this is like A plus iota B, that's equal to A square plus B square into square root. So similarly, I will take the this, okay. So this will be omega square plus 2 square. So 2 square will be equal to 4 into square root into cube. Sorry, yeah, this is cube. So into cube. So your GH, that will be equal to 8 divided by omega square plus 4 into 3 divided by 2. But I need omega value. So for omega value, I will go toward the phase. So now we need to find the phase. So actually, it has got a phase margin. Okay, so the equation is 8 divided by J omega plus 2 whole cube. Okay, so I can write it like 8 into J omega plus 2 into minus 3. So the phase will be like minus 3 tangent inverse. This is omega divided by 2. That will be equal to minus 180 degree. So your tangent inverse omega divided by 2, that will be equal to 180 divided by 3. So that's equal to 60 degree. So now you need to take the tangent of 60. So that will be equal to, tangent 60 is equal to square root 3. So your omega will be equal to 2 into square root 3. So now you need to put the value of omega over here in this equation. So your GH, that will be equal to 8 divided by omega square. So if you take the square, so this will be equal to 4 into 3. So that will be equal to 12. So this will be, so omega square will be equal to 12 plus 4 into 3 divided by 2. So that will be equal to 8 divided by 12 plus 4 is 16 into 3 divided by 2. So if you take the square root of 16, so you will get 8 divided by 4 cube. So 4 cube will be equal to 8 divided by 64. So 8 divided by 64 will be equal to 1 divided by 8. So now I find the magnitude, that is 1 divided by 8. So now I need to put that magnitude over here. So you will get 1 into 1 divided by 8, and that's equal to 8. So your gain margin will be equal to 8. So first option, option A, will be the correct answer. Okay, next MCQ is the second order system defined by 25 divided by s square plus 5s plus 25 is given as step input. The time taken for the output to settle within 2% of input is. Okay, so the transfer function is given to me, that is equal to 25 divided by s square plus 5s plus 25, and we need to find the time taken for it to settle within 2% of the input. So it means we need to find, we need a settling time, TS, settling time, and we know that that is equal to 4 divided by A, where A is equal to zeta omega n, or you can write it 4 divided by zeta omega n. So I need zeta and omega n value. So I will take that zeta and omega n value from this. So the transform function, that will be equal to, as we know that the general transfer function is omega n squared divided by s square plus 2 zeta omega n s plus omega n square. So if you compare this general transfer function with this transfer function, so your omega n square, that is equal to 25. So your omega n will be equal to 5. And your 5s is equal to 2 zeta omega n s. So this s will cut out by this s. And your 5 divided by 2, omega n is also 5. So that will be equal to zeta. So this 5 will cut out by this 5, and your zeta will be equal to 0.5. So now you need to put this value zeta and omega n value in this equation. So you will get 4 divided by 5 times 0.5. So this will be 4 divided by 0.25. So 4 divided by 0.25, that will be equal to 1.6 seconds. So option A will be the correct option. Okay, next MCQ is the amplitude spectrum of a Gaussian pulse is uniform, a sine function, Gaussian impulse function. So remember, the amplitude spectrum of a Gaussian pulse is always Gaussian. Okay, so option C will be the correct option. Okay, next MCQ is the characteristic equation of a feedback control system is 2s4 plus sq plus 3s square plus 5s plus 10 is equal to 0. The number of roots in the right half of the S-plane is. So if you want to find the number of roots in the right half S-plane, so we will use the root Hurd's criteria. Okay, so now let's use it. So the s to the power 4, so that will be s to the power 4 s cube s square s into s0. Here I will get s4 s cube s square s1 s0. So the s4 is 2, so I will write 2 over here. Here you will write the even, only even number. Okay, so s4 is 2, this will be 3, and s0 is 10. Here you will write the odd. Okay, so your odd one will, that will be 1, odd is 5, this will be 5, and there is no any other odd, so this will be 0. So now we need to multiply 1 times 3 minus this, divide by 1. So 1 times 3 is 3, minus 5 times 2 is 10, divided by 1. So this will be equal to minus 7. So here you will get minus 7. Now here you will multiply this. So 5 times 10 is 50 divided by 5. So this will be 10. Here you will get 0. Here again we will multiply this minus this divided by minus 7. So 5 times 7 is minus 35, minus 10 divided by minus 7. So this will be minus 45 divided by minus 7. So that should be 45 divided by 7. Here you will get 10 times 0 is 0 and 5 times 0 is 0. So you will get 0. Here you will also get 0. Now for this you will multiply this times this, and this will be 0 divided by this. So you will get 10 over here. This will be 0 and this will be 0. Now after this you need to observe the sign of the first column. So if you observe the sign of the first column, so here we have plus, here we have plus. So here the sign is changed, plus, minus, and then sign again change from minus to plus, and here you will get plus. So sign change from plus to minus, then from minus to plus 2 times. 2 times sign change, okay? So you can say that the number of roots on the right hand side of S plane is 2. So option A will be the correct option. Okay, next MCQ is, if a body has identical properties all over, it is known as elastic, homogeneous, isotropic, none of these. So actually the homogeneous is the property of having all parts the same or similar in type, okay? So option B will be the correct option, homogeneous. Okay, next MCQ is, a function of one or more variables which convey information about the nature of physical phenomena is called signal, interference, system, noise. So that is the signal. Actually, signal is also defined as any physical quantities that varies with time, that varies with space, that varies with any other independent variable. Independent variable, that is known as signal, okay? So this is the end of this video. If you have any question, any confusion, you can post it that in the comment box. I will answer you there. Okay, thanks for watching. Allah Hafiz.